It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
This is
There's Phillips Arena, our setting tonight, with the lights of downtown Atlanta shining in the background. And with tip. And three-pointers certainly on the rise. Let's see if he sticks to his guns. DA, thank you. Both these teams, Brent, are well-seasoned and have veteran leadership.
So you expect, Kevin, if the game gets close, that the coaches might not have to use as many timeouts, can call some of their deeper sets in the playbook, and these teams will execute.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Washington, DeRozan out there with Wall. Then there's Harrison Barnes. Then there's Nene. And it's Jang in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Wall, a shot off that time. Good work defensively by Horford. And Bazemore kicks to Horford. A drive by Barnes. And here's Wall outside. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Washington on D. It's a three-point game. Nene against Millsap. 9 feet out. And it falls over the rim and in.
Well, when a guy like Paul Millsap gets inside, sometimes your best efforts on D aren't going to mean much.
Ball against T. Jang inside. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
T. Wall with some nice defense.
I think the defense was surprised that he did not knock that down. Clear defensive breakdown there, guys. Should have made him pay.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And the Hawks 2 seasons ago storming to 60 wins and Brent the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. And along the way, a franchise best 19-game winning streak.
Well, how amazing was that month of January where they played perfect basketball. The starting five, they were all named co-players of the month. That was a first in league history. Also, the franchise's first time to the conference finals in that season. But after getting swept, you know they still have some work to do.
Feeds to Nene. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Jeff Teague.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Wizards shooting their first free throws of the game. And that one falls for Nene. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Jeff Teague. And both free throws good for Nene. Hawks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's Schroeder. And the rejection by Jang. And they'll keep possession. And the dunk by Horford.
And you like to see that from Horford. He never gives up on the offensive glass, which allows him to get pretty easy looks like that one at the basket.
Here's Barnes, and it's sent back by Millsap. Oh, and a thanks break for Atlanta. For 3. That shot off, and the Wizards now going the other way. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta. Wizards passing it around. And Wall kicks to DeRozan. The kick out to Barnes. 6 to shoot. From deep, Wall gets the three-pointer to fall. Wall's got his second bucket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
It's deflected. And here we go. Washington fast break. No good off the front iron.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
That's really one of his specialties, altering shots in close.
Nene against Millsap. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. The Atlanta making some changes. Smith comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Crawford in for Thabo Sefolosha. And a new group getting ready for the... Wizards. Markieff Morris is checked in for Nene. Terrence Ross comes in for Barnes. Wade, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Jennings in for John Wall. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Wizards making a switch here. MyLeague is checked in. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Crawford with the ball. Wade picks him up. Crawford passes to Horford. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Well, anytime he gets it down low, that's where he's going to feast. That's his bread and butter.
It's Jennings with the drive. And John Wall, multiple alls.
Main thing for me is going into this season is just
Wall's the kind of guy that has his eye on the prize all the time, and the less emphasis he places on his own goals, I think, Greg, the better he seems to get.
That's a great point. And Kevin, he is a man on a mission at this point in his career. Only one thing is going to satisfy him, and that's chasing that ring.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And when you consider how the Wizards are doing, guys, your thoughts?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Very physical, very active. Their defense has all the...
Oh!
Yes, sir.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
And that last replay courtesy of Kia for the Hawks. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Smith. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. Muscala, he's checked in for Washington. Here's Wade. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. And one of the big issues for the Wizards is making sure they stay fiery on the defensive end. When this team, Greg, gets in trouble, more often than not, it's because they get sloppy on D.
Yeah, and that can hurt them at times. When they don't bother to challenge shooters or miss a rotation, that's when things start to go south. How far this team goes depends on how far their defense will take.
And they say it's a players' league. How much do you think, Brent, does coaching make? Kind of difference does it make in the NBA compared to other leagues, and how much is it motivating players, the main job of a coach?
Some of the best coaches in our league, Kevin, aren't really the X's and O's guys that can draw up a play in a timeout. It's about massaging the character of your team, being able to take the pulse of your team and the temperature of your team. Yeah, and during the right times during the season, be able to activate maybe your brain in a different way and get you out of the monotony of what an 8-month season is about. So some of the more creative minds in our game are not the X's and O's guys, but the ones who try to do a little something different just to tweak you, to keep you engaged, and make sure they get the best out of you.
Great insight.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Here's Teague, rejected by Wall. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for the Hawks. Ken Bazemore comes in for Jamal Crawford. There's the screen. The three from Korver. Rebound by John Wall. Wizards leading by 10. To the middle. Here's Muscala. Plays it up and banks it in. Muscala's got his first basket.
Well, had his head on a swivel and found the open man. Nice assist.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Korver kicks to Horford. 13 feet away. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Washington.
Fundamental basketball from Al Horford. Did a great job faking the defender out. And Horford really one of the most versatile big men in the league. You put him at the 4 or the 5 where he can score and defend from out of those positions, and really a great system player.
A nice shot by Wall.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And here's Korver from the arc. There's the steal. Morris dishes to Muscala. Wade kicks to Wall. And the Wizards hit again from deep. And you talked about the adaptability of Horford. Brett, great skills for a big man.
Well, he passes and he shoots and he handles. He's a great conduit for a half-court offense. He can play up-tempo or bang in the half-court. I don't think casual fans appreciate just how much he brings to the table, but general managers and coaches do.
J.R. Smith's checked in for Atlanta. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Jeff Teague. And then for Washington, Gorgie Dang's checked in for Muscala. Nene comes in for Morris. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Dwayne Wade. Here's Bazemore.
Well, hard not to root for a guy like Kent Bazemore, who just keeps working and improving. A breakout season for him in 2015, 2016. Starting most of the games for the Hawks, he showed he could score inside and out.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And Wall. Here we go now. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And you look at Bazemore, great progress on offense. But, you know, Brent, he won that Lefty Drizel Defensive Player of the Year in college basketball.
Yeah, trust me, a lot of coaches pay attention to those kind of awards, knowing that a guy has made it to the league because of their prowess on the defensive end.
Looking for Sefolosha. He gets it there. Puts it up from 12. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense there by Nene. Barnes, right side. Wall, that's a 2-pointer. Out to DeRozan. There's the triple. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And just a little bit ragged defensively.
Not one of their better efforts, as you could tell by the score. They've been low energy for most of the night.
Here's Schroeder. Got it up. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on that one. And so a good time to go to the replay and just to make sure if he got it off on time.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
And still important to have a second look at it. The technology.
And through one half, it.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here once. It was a great half of basketball from John Wall. He had 13 points and 1 block. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
In terms of their offensive performance, that was a very well.
And that's it for half.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
And his play in that first half. How about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys. His shot selection was just perfect.
Might also look at the coach and his game plan in terms of trying to find those good looks. They'll be looking to do the same here down the stretch.
Taking a look at the Wizards. Nene is out there with Jang, and it's Wall. Then there's Harrison Barnes, and it's DeRozan in at the 2 spot. Teague against Wall. Teague, the pass to Horford. Rebound, Washington. Jang's got his 3rd rebound tonight, and the call will be against Al Horford. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Wizards leading by 16.
Well, the Hawks have fought low attendance numbers historically, a very transient city, and you can understand that when the team was struggling. Hopefully the team can make continuous deep runs in the playoffs to energize this fan base.
Millsap with the steal.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
Outside DeRozan. Passes it to Nene. He dishes it to Jang. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Jang's got 6.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Barnes. That one drops for him.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
The Atlanta making some changes. Korver comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Crawford in for Thabo Sefolosha. Morris is checked in for the Wizards. Wade comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Korver, no luck.
And no way this is the start they wanted for the second half. Their offense better start getting it going soon. 1 of 4 here is not cutting.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And really, I just felt like they didn't compete, particularly on the backboard. Probably their weakest area in that game.
No doubt we could talk about them getting dominated physically. That's exactly what happened there. They got pushed around the entire game.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of basketball. Here's Millsap. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
That's a man's move for Millsap, getting the hoop plus the harm.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Well, you have to talk about Paul Millsap with glowing remarks to his skill set. It's one of the most skilled power forwards the NBA has, and you look up and down the stat sheet, he'll do it all. He'll block and steal and rebound and have assists. And oh, by the way, now able to stretch the floor out as a 3-point shooter.
And it's Wade penetrating.
Hustle play for Millsap as the shot was going up, not making that one easy.
Up the floor. Outside for Korver. 3-pointer. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Korver's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Millsap, since moving to the Eastern Conference, Brent, finally enjoying the recognition he deserves.
Yeah, a multiple-time All-Star, and he just keeps getting better. Even as he enters his 30s, Paul Millsap puts up impressive statistics.
And turning down what would have been a tough shot for himself into an easy one for his teammate.
Outside Teague. It's stolen by Morris. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, as always, the Atlanta Hawks run that fluid offensive system that is widely admired. You know, Steve Kerr, our old friend, used to say they get to the next level of their offense. You take away the first option, they automatically get to the second. Take that one, they automatically and fluidly get to the third option. And very few teams do that. Kevin?
Passing and shooting, DA, that's what it's all about. Thank you. Wade against Teague. Barnes kicks to Morris. From outside, off the mark. The Hawks trail by 16. Millsap with it. 5 points in the game. Millsap a screen. Here's Horford. And it's denied. Wade outside. kept alive. Nene kicks to Barnes. Second chance shot, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Paul Millsap picks one up.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
For Washington, they have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. Atlanta making some changes. Thabo Cephalosha has checked in for Horford. Smith comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for T. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Nene. Bielitsa comes in for Morris. Terrence Ross has checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Jennings in for John Wall. Atlanta making a switch here. Bazemore's checked in. And a change for the Wizards. DeRozan's checked in. Schroeder dishes to Bazemore. And stolen by Jang. And now the fast break. Ross with the ball. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Cephalosha. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And the Hawks with possession here. Trailing by 19. Dennis Schroeder is out there with J.R. Smith. Then there's Paul Millsap. And then it's Thabo Cephalosha. And it's Bazemore at the 3. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. One of the topics that always seems to come up when players retire is what's next, Brent? You were a 14-year veteran in the league. How big of a change has it been from retirement to when you played, the transition period in between and adapting to it?
Well, I thought about life after basketball for quite some time, and you know, Kevin, from knowing me, that broadcasting was something I was very interested in. So I had the opportunity to talk with a few people after I retired, and I felt like the timing was appropriate and seamless to be able to continue talking about players that I had played with, played against, coaches that I played with, coaches that I played against, and continue to pass along at least some of the knowledge and maybe some of the perspective that I've had throughout the course of 14 long, celebrated years in the game.
Fun years. Any thoughts to coaching?
Yeah, some thoughts to coaching eventually. When my boys get a little bit older, I'll coach somebody else's kids. Right now, I'll coach my own.
You'd be terrific.
Now working the angles there, geometry class in session. Nice dish for the open look.
And another miss by Washington.
Ill-advised shot there.
And he knows it. Got locked into scoring mode. Couldn't pull it back.
In the corner, Smith with it. Inside. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And you look at the advanced numbers. Very quietly, Paul Millsap is one of the most effective rim protectors in the league.
Yeah, I think that's pretty impressive, Kevin. And it speaks to not just the physical abilities of a player, but mentally being able to read what it is that offenses are doing and step into the right position. He's only 6'6" in socks, but when you take into account that wingspan, he can be effective down low.
Hands it from downtown.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Wade against Crawford. Wade passes to Barnes. Poked loose. Now here comes Teague leading the break. Millsap misses.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
The only way you're going to challenge him in that situation, you have to attack with more power.
Gotta be demoralizing. They desperately needed a stop, and instead they give up a triple on an open look.
And I understand packing the paint and not giving up something on the inside, but it does no good if it comes at the expense of your perimeter D, like it did there.
The Hawks trail by 17. T kicks to Crawford. A three. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Washington's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Teague against Wall.
Have to admire how relentless Teague is on the drive, as well as how consistent he is at burying those looks.
The name. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
And you look at the Wizards, they definitely took a step backwards last season. Went from being maybe a dark horse to get to that conference finals to becoming a team that just had to fight to stay in the playoff mix. So going to be interesting to see how they bounce back from the adversity of a season ago.
The Wizards with another miss.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Yeah, just at the end there, you could see the shooter tighten up a little bit, losing a little focus, and that's all it takes.
And for the Wizards, there were a lot of factors as to why they had a rough season. Lost some key players and dealt with injuries like all teams.
You know, and even with all of those challenges, I don't know that this team is quite as talented as everyone thinks they are. I mean, they do have a good core with which to build around, but you have to temper expectations with this team moving forward.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Wizards.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Wall.
You could feel his confidence tonight. He was getting after it, and they had no answer for him on the other end. And the more points he got, the more his confidence grew.
Three-pointer, Wade. Rebounded by the Hawks.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Shooter kicks to Splitter. Atlanta again missing. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And the basket by Wade.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Yeah, their aggressiveness, their execution really silenced a raucous crowd. Love the attitude they came in with here.
And he makes the first. Wizards making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. Smith hits them both. 41 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Ross, and the jam by Ross.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, as time became a factor, they became the aggressors. Big time finish to pull away.
Here's Korver, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
The shot fake from Korver is absolutely deadly. He's such a good catch and shoot player that you have to respect his quick release. Great job of selling that one.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Hardaway. The shot's good on the assist by Jennings. And the Wizards lead by 20.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Case tonight of a game where a team does everything right. Fluid offense, lockdown defense. It's the kind of game you wish you could play every night.
And that one falls for Splitter.
Splitter is a winning player, having a championship under his belt. His winning mentality, a huge bonus for the squad.
11 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Dishes it to Jang. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. J.R. Smith picks one up.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
The first one falls. And Jang drops them both. Atlanta with the ball. And it's Smith penetrating. That's tipped. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. The 3 from Korver. Count it.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Gorgie Jang.
His field goal percentage was up there, hit over 60%. Now, I love his shot selection, and he never tried to do too much.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jang.